Jaga aku, ku jaga kau kembali. Berhentilah mengeluh, ingat kau yang pegang kendali, kau yang mampu obati. Sudikah kau kembali? Pandanglah indahnya biru yang menjingga, simpanlah gawaimu hirup dunia. Sambutlah masanya bisik angin yang bernada. Dengar alam bernyanyi.
Bila kau lelah dengan panasnya hari, jagalah kami agar sejukmu kembali.
Bersatulah hajar selimut polusi. Ingatlah hai wahai kaum manusia, Tuhan menitipkan aku.
Oh, digenggam tanganmu.
Pandanglah indahnya biru yang menjingga, simpanlah gawaimu hirup dunia. Sambutlah masanya bisik angin yang bernada. Dengan alam bernyanyi.
Dengarkanlah alam bernyanyi
Bawa canda dan riang tawa
untuk dunia. Oh, gunakan telinga hati, cobalah dengar nyanyian kami. Oh,
Bayangkanlah hidupmu bila tak ada kami.
Pandanglah indahnya biru yang menjingga, simpanlah gawaimu hirup dunia.
dunia.
Masanya bisik angin yang bernada.
Alammu bernada.
Bernyanyi. Biru yang menjingga, simpanlah gawaimu hirup dunia. Sambutlah masanya bisik angin yang bernada. Dari alam bernyanyi.
Jangan kau tunggu nanti.
Dengar alam bernyanyi.
Dengar alam bernyanyi. Oh, dengar kami bernyanyi.
Bila kau ada waktu, lihat aku di sini. Indah lukisan Tuhan merintih, ingin kau kembali.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Depending on where are you joining us from, my name is Faiz Willy, and I'm honored to be your master of ceremony for today's seminar. The title of Act Today for Real Solution to Climate Change. We are thrilled to have participants from around the world joining us today, both in person and online. This hybrid format allows us to connect with a diverse audience, and we encourage everyone to engage and participate fully, regardless of how you are attending. Today, we will explore real solution to climate change, featuring an exciting lineup of expert speakers and panel discussion. Our goal is to foster knowledge sharing and inspiration, collaborating among all participants. Before we start our current event, it's better if we are singing Indonesia Raya songs and continue with dinner ES.
negeriku, bangsaku, rakyatku semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya, untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, anakku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, anakku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Negeriku yang ku cinta, ibu yang luhur di Teresa, membara semangatmu, cita-citamu tak kendur. 10 November 45 mendorong berjiwa ibu, mengangkat kepala tujuan dengan tekadmu yang teguh. Membina bangsa atas dasar Pancasila dan Undang-Undang Dasar 45 landasan juangmu. Negeriku yang ku cinta, ibu yang luhur di Teresa, banggalah kokoh kepemimpinanmu membina putra-putrimu. Menuntut teknologi yang canggih, berbudi agung dan cerdas, menuju kesejahteraan bangsa dan umat manusia. Bangga tentukan menurut pimpinan-Mu, jadi pejuang yang takkan kenal letih dan bangun negeri. Indonesia, Mama Makin
Okay, now let's get started with our section. I'm pleased to introduce our keynote speaker is Mr. Iqbal. Mr. Iqbal will be sharing insight on confronting the climate crisis, a global call to action. Mr. Iqbal, please.
Good evening for our brother and sister climate change activists in Indonesia, and good afternoon, good morning, and good night for everyone around the world as brother and sister in climate change activists. So today I'm going to talk about confronting the climate crisis in global action. So firstly, let's talk about climate change. have to start to change our things. Why? So firstly, there are some alarming trends in climate change. So the first one is global temperature is rising steadily, Arctic ice cap shrinking at record pace, extreme weather events intensifying, sea levels continue to rise, and other uh, alarm. You can read it by yourself in the PowerPoint. Next. And then, so the widespread disruption, climate change. So what's the impact? Firstly, the rising sea levels, flooding the low ground. Some countries disappearing from the map, as we know, like the country of Nauru, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a small country in the Pacific, and they're, I don't know since when, but it started shrinking all of them, so they will no longer in the map. Next. Okay, so next is this ecosystem fragile balance shattered. So how to mitigate the climate change? The urgent steps. Firstly, we have to, the easiest one is to regrow the forest. Okay, so it's the easiest part, especially we're in Indonesia. Here we act as the lungs of the planet Earth. Then we need to start regrow the forest because it's very important. Next. Okay, so now let's start to the socioeconomic impacts from the climate change. The first one is damage to infrastructure and economics, disruption of food and water supplies, and then displacement of vulnerable population. And why is it so concerning? So it's basically it for the tropical area like us in, and then like Africa, sister and brother, they feel the climate change so much from the economic, like their sea level is rising and so on. So yeah, it's very concerning. Next. Now is our carbon footprint home. The greenhouse gas emissions from industry, transportation, and other things are major contributor to climate change. Additionally, deforestation and land use changes are exacerbating the problem, as a lot of carbon absorbing forest amplifies the effect. Next. Okay, so how do we start? Firstly, we have to use renewable energy like wind, solar, sun, and other like sea, like the sea. You know, the sea is creating. We can create some electricity from the sea. Next. Okay. So there are 3 steps actually to make it easier. First is transition to renewable energy, reforestation and sustainable land use, and advanced capture carbon technology. Next. Okay, so it's now our obligation to do it, to start the climate change action as the whole world, as the whole earth, because we live in the same earth, we share the same land, so we have to do the obligation for our planet. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Iqbal, for that enlightened presentation. Now it's time for Q&A. If you have any question for our panelists, please submit them through the chat, or you can directly ask the panelists during the Q&A session.
Okay, you can.
Okay, so here I wanna ask for our activists. Can you give examples of countries or regions that have successfully implemented climate change mitigation measures? What can we learn from them? And that's all. Thank you.
Okay. For the country, sorry, it's for me the most iconic one is Iceland, because they have if I'm not mistaken, a device to take the carbon. So they have like some factory. So they have some factory that they don't. They do produce some carbon, but they put it in the ground. So later it will become a coal, coal. And then yeah, maybe that's for me. There are many more. I think that's the most iconic one. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer.
Okay, Mr. Iqbal, there is a question. What do you think about the climate change occur in Indonesia?
Okay, so in my country, so I'm Indonesian. In our country, in Indonesia, we really feel it. Like the capital of Indonesia, Jakarta, they start to shrink in the water. If I'm not mistaken, about 5 to 10 years later, they will fully drowned. So it will be vital for us too, especially we're in the Pacific. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Iqbal. I think no question anymore. So please, you can.
Okay. Thank you for the time, everyone.
As we come to end our seminar, I want to thank all our speakers, panelists, and participants for their valuable contribution. Your engagement and enthusiasm have made this event a success. We hope you leave today with new insight and connection. Don't forget to check our event website for resource and recording of the section. Thank you once again for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you at our future event. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Cita
Iya.
Ini posisinya di
Lokasi.
lokasi tidak jadi dipindah ke perusahaan.
Itu sebenarnya itu ada makanan semua. Makanan. Makanan top semua.
Ini mejanya operator. Sibuk sekali.
Ini Mas operator kita. Mas
Ini
operator
Mas PO
yang keluar dari rundown.
Dilupakan.
Yang dilupakan di
Mas
rundown.
dilupakan.
Mas PO yang nggak dianggap ya.
Nggak jadi speaker.
Switch. Oke. Kita mau makan dulu, konsumsi udah datang. Mana konsumsi? Oh ini. Tenet. Oke, dadah. Dadah.